Ahoy, guys! Welcome back to the Drunken Ship Podcast, episode 48. Man, 48.
Yeah, 48 episodes. And you guys are really seeing how the cookie gets baked in this one.
You're really seeing the chocolate chips get put into the dough on this one.
Yeah.
Guys, we're doing our first live show, so we actually have an active chat with us this round, and yeah, so we already had some technical difficulties with trying to get the audio mixed out from Twitch or from Discord.
YouTube won't know that. I'll cut that out. YouTube will have no idea. That's a Twitch exclusive.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Today, listen. Today is gonna be simple. Today we're shooting the shit. We're just talking.
We've already had one just catastrophe before the show even started. I spilled my $1 fucking sake, which is not $1. It's it was $8. So and that was like this big, and I just knocked it off my desk, and it's now my entire room smells like sake.
The saddest part about that is that I went with you to the store to pick up that sake, and I saw like how excited you were about it. Like I saw you hold it, and you were just like, sake. You got home, fucking shacked it, destroyed it.
I know. Dude, this is literally what I did. I went. and then I knocked it over. I'm about to do it with my water next. Dude, I'm so bummed out.
Your arms are too big for that tiny desk that you got.
I think, yeah, dude. There's so much shit on my desk right now, and I just added this fucking drawing tablet thing. Dude, this is too much crap on my desk now.
I feel.
I'm gonna. One of these days, you're gonna come over here. And you're gonna help me manage all this shit.
Dude, just buy me some ramen. I'll fucking wire your shit.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, take me to Fuda. Take me on a date.
I got you, bro. I'll take you. I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll take you to the ramen shop.
Hell yeah, love the candy shop. Dude, I haven't had ramen in so long. I really want to go to Fuda Buddha again.
Do you want to hear a funny story about how much have you ever ate? Have you ever ate so much that you're gonna throw up?
Yes. That's been every Chinese buffet that I've ever been to has been that.
Fuck, you're like, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah, there's one Louis C.K. quote that I will always remember when I walk into a buffet, and it's, "The meal is not over when I'm full. The meal is over when I hate myself." So
no, the meal is over when I feel it was worth my $13.99.
Yeah,
when I feel like I ate $13.99 worth of food, that's when I'm finished.
So what's your story?
So there's one time I went to Fuda Buddha, and I think I had usually when I go to Fuda Buddha, I wait until it's later in the day, and I don't eat anything. I just save up, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat so much Fuda Buddha when I get there. I think I had ate breakfast that morning.
Yeah.
And then I think I went around 4 o'clock or something. I think I had some appetizers. I had the little buns.
Oh, dude, those buns are so soft and so delicious.
I can't remember the name of them, but you know what buns I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're like the bao buns or something like that.
Yes, and I had some of those, and then I had the biggest fucking bowl of ramen, and then I had 2 eggs in it. I think I had extra pork belly. Ate all of that, and then usually you can't finish I can't finish all the broth. It's because you're just stuffed. Slurped every bit of the broth down.
Yeah.
And when I stood up, miserable. I was in a haze, just absolute pain.
Everything was just everything was just sloshing inside of you.
Yeah, dude. If I moved too quickly, I could feel it go. Shh.
That's the worst.
And then I got to, so I was I got to walk around. So I start walking down the street, and I got towards the end of the street, and I just looked down at the ground. I'm like, I'm going to throw this up. Holy shit. I'm about to throw up all this fucking ramen. Luckily, I didn't.
Good.
But oh my God, on the verge. That was probably the closest time I ever ate so much that I was going to throw up.
That is... You got the itis. Absolutely.
I don't think that was even the itis. Usually when I get the itis, it's I just go to sleep. This was immediate pain. I was in physical pain.
Dude, you ever eat so much of something that you like a lot that you start sweating, like your body's having an immediate reaction to what you're eating. Like you get clammy. It's like you have a fever. But like you just get clammy, you just start fucking shaking inside. Like as you're holding the plate of food, you just start going like, "Man, I shouldn't keep eating this."
Wait, what the fuck? No.
Have you been there? No, okay.
No.
There was one.
I've ate something. I've ate something to the point where like I think I was gonna get allergic to it.
I think so. This is not how allergies get formed at all. But I used to eat hella shellfish when I was younger. I used to love shellfish. Like I would sit in my little patio with like literally a bucket of crabs, just a whole bucket of crabs, and me and my mom would crack those bitches open and just eat them. So now I'm allergic to shellfish. I don't know how it happened. One time I was like just eating shellfish, and then I turned into Danny Trejo. Like my whole face just swole, like got swollen, and suddenly I looked like Danny Trejo out of my.
No, the same thing happened to my dad. My dad used to eat shrimp so much that like he got allergic to it.
I don't think it's because you eat it so much, but like your
body... it's 100%. It's 100% you eat it too much.
It's not like there's some karmic force in the universe that's like keeping track of how many fucking shrimp you eat.
Dude, I'm telling you. So look. I used to eat coconut all the time, right? And then there was one day I was eating like an almond bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And I bit into it, and I could feel my mouth tingling. Yeah. And kind of like my throat kind of swelling up. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to I think I'm getting allergic to coconut. And you know what I did? I just stopped eating coconut for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I went back to it. Fine. I knew it. I could feel it coming on.
That is insane. Colin says that it happened to his dad, but with bees. He got stung by a whole hive, ended up becoming allergic. Jesus Christ. How do you get stung by a whole hive and like not want to die?
What was he doing where he got stung? He's like, this honey is about to get ate.
His dad is Winnie the Pooh.
his dad is actually Winnie the Pooh.
That sounds awful. Crockett, there is no way in hell that you get allergic to something because you eat so much of it. That's not how it works.
Dude, that's how it works.
That is absolutely not how
I am no medical doctor, but I'm 100% sure that's how it works.
By that fucking logic, I should be allergic to like all kinds of meat. Like
dude, like look at me. Take me for an example. Yeah. I'm allergic to ass. I'm trying so hard. I think I'm trying to take a vow of silence and not trying to curse anymore. I curse so often now,
dude.
I'm trying to go so cold turkey.
I found myself in the same. I joined that chat the other day. I joined Kiapu. He was our guest the other day. I joined one of his voice chats, and I was the only one that said fuck for like 30 minutes, like an hour, and I was the only one that was cursing in the whole chat. And I've never been more ashamed of my vocabulary before. Like than that moment.
Yeah, you feel like a caveman.
Yeah.
I've caught myself saying like fucking fuck, and I'm like, and then I stopped there for a second. I'm like, that don't even make any sense. What am I even saying right now? Is like I just like my brain doesn't even have the capacity to form a thought at just saying fuckity fuck. Like, what am I even saying? It's so stupid. So I'm like, I'm trying to, and it is so like subconsciously in my vocabulary now that I'm trying to watch myself. I think I've failed so far, but from here on out, I'm going to try not to curse to the rest of this podcast.
I'm going to be honest with you. You could have said like 5 fucks, and that whole time that we were talking, I wouldn't have noticed. Because I'm the same way.
I think in the future, we're going to be like, that's just like, I think we're going to take the power of the curse words, honestly. I think we're going to... They're not going to mean, like, anything bad. It's just like in Australia, how they say cunt. Like, they used to call their mates cunts. And then you're just like, Jesus Christ, man, calm down. And they're like, what?
It's like, no, I love him. He's all right, mate. Yeah, so in Puerto Rico has a similar like thing with like curse words that like Australians do. Like everyone in Puerto Rico has the word cabrón means like fucker. It just literally means fucker. Yeah. And everybody in Puerto Rico, if they're your friends, they walk up to you. It's just like, ¿Qué pasa, cabrón? ¿Todo bien, cabrón? ¿Qué la que hay, cabrón? Every sentence has that fucking word when they like address one of their friends. And I think that just stuck with me through English. And now I just curse every single sentence I can in English. And I'm trying to stop. Because in this like content creation world, if you curse too much, you lose money. YouTube will literally say, no, I'm not gonna.
I don't think we're supposed to. Yeah, you can't curse in like the first 5 minutes of your videos on YouTube now.
Yeah, no, we're way past
Which
that.
I think they get like demonetized, but yeah. I mean, it's not like we're monetizing the channel anyway. But
also,
I would like just for personal use, I would like to just stop.
Just stop. Good luck.
I can do it if I'm paying attention to what I'm saying, but if I just start like kind of ranting off, I'll say it without, I don't even notice it. It's just another word to me.
Yeah, I do this. I like when I'm like thinking of a word, I go like, fuck, what am I trying to like,
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a
like
filler word for me. Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
I've literally, I used to, and sometimes I used to go through my own podcast that I used to run a couple years ago, and I would like have to cut them out the same way that you cut out the word And it's just like,
let me just
damn it. And I said it so much that it had no impact on the conversation. I cut out like 5 of them, and like the context did not change whatsoever from what I was saying. And that's how I say it too much.
They're just sentence enhancers.
Yeah, sentence enhancer. They add poignancy to what you're saying. They add passion.
I use the word fuck like I use a comma.
Also, I just want to address. Colin just said that his dad got burned with like by trying to burn a whole beehive. I have never in my life looked at a beehive and go, I want to burn that. Or like a wasp hive. I've never in my life thought to fight one of those things with fire. That seems like the most horrible idea ever. I
mean, if you play Resident Evil 7, I think they teach you pretty early on. You gotta take those things out with fire.
I mean, true, but
I've always seen them located on the side of my house.
Yeah.
So I never put 2 and 2 like, oh yeah, let me try to burn down my house.
Yeah, let me blowtorch this shit out.
Dude, we used to get wood bees really bad. So because I grew up in a log cabin.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that sounds like a dream. Growing up in a log cabin.
Oh, okay. I just looked down at my stream deck and it had like muted, and I'm like, my God, have I been muted this whole time? But it's for like another scene.
Copy.
Yeah, we used to have wood bees really bad. So they would fucking like these little bees would like bury into the walls and shit, and it was like really bad.
Wait,
we had to like
they're called wood bees because they're like literally like
yeah, they would like they're like wood? Termites with like fucking stingers and wings.
So they could fly. They had stingers and they drilled into your wood. That sounds awful.
Yeah, they would leave like these little like these bit-sized holes, just like into the walls and stuff.
That sounds awful. That sounds terrifying.
Dude, and then you know what else really fucking sucked? Squirrels would love to chew on the side of the house. I used to get woken up every morning, right? I'd be sleeping in my bed. So we had like a legit log cabin where the wall, like the logs would like do this intersection on the side of the corners of the house, right? And my bedroom was right there on the corner of it.
Yeah.
And my bed was next to this window, right on the edge. And every morning I would wake up to like nom 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 nunch nunch nunch. I'm like, what is that? And it was fucking squirrels.
Just chewing the side of your house.
Yeah, they loved it. I don't know why. Why would they just like chew?
I gotta say that has to be like a unique like southern like rural southern problem. Like
it has to be. I don't.
The side of your house getting chewed by squirrels at early in the morning has to be one of the most unique problems you've ever experienced in your life.
Let me take it to a second degree here.
Yeah.
With that, I was instructed to load a 22. So the way, okay, let me before I get into that, let me explain the structure of what like the house was. So there was a deck, right? So okay, so here's my bed, here's the window, and then outside of the window there's a deck.
Yeah.
That wraps around the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's if I go to the other end of my house, there's the kitchen, and the kitchen is where the deck ends. Mm-hmm. So you can leave through the kitchen, go onto the deck, and then walk by my window, and then, off you go.
Yeah.
I was instructed to load a 22 and open up the kitchen door and just lean out and try to shoot these squirrels.
You're like the
early in
hunter
the
from
morning.
fucking. You're like
So-
the Bugs Bunny hunter.
Yeah,
Just trying to catch squirrels.
I would wake up. So it'd be like 7 in the morning, and I used to sleep in a lot when I was in high school.
Yeah.
It'd be like, the sun be rising. And I'm trying to sleep in, and then I just hear knob, 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 nudge, 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 nudge. Just a whole bunch of nonsense on the side of and it's just coming from the corner of my the room, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, here's the squirrels. So then, me in a fit of rage would load a gun.
How old were you? Like 15?
No, I was like 16 or 17.
16 or 17. And in a fit of rage, you would wake up out of your bed.
Yes.
You would hear numb, and you would wake up out of your bed and instinctively know, hold on, I gotta get my 22 caliber rifle. I gotta kill some squirrels.
Yes.
That is the whitest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I told you I'm gonna take this very unique thing, and I'm gonna take it to a second degree.
That is.
I'm telling you how the cookies get made here.
That sounds like if I had that problem, I would move. I would never load a gun.
We built the house.
You built the house that squirrels would chew on, and you would wake up in a fit of rage and shoot squirrels. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, there's one now.
There's my cat. Yeah, she might as well be. Hey, Mendez. Hey.
Mendez, you got anything to say for the podcast about these squirrels?
You're purring.
Wish I could. No, your nose gate is too loud. Oh, can't talk.
Alright, get out of here, Mendez.
So yeah, and my the only thing, my main goal when hunting these squirrels, don't shoot this out of the house. That was the one thing, don't shoot this out of the house. Because I could hit, actually the way it was set up, the garage, or the carport I should say, was right on the outside of that. So I had to kind of angle it where I'm shooting at the side of the house, and it could definitely go, if it goes straight, it's going to hit the carport roof. There was a lot. It was a lot. So because I couldn't, oh, dude, what's even the funniest part about the story is me trying to slowly open the door to shoot them, because squirrels are very skittish.
Yeah, they are.
And I would have to, in the door. There was two doors. There was one big heavy door. There was a big wooden door, and then there was a clear screen door, or not a screen door, but it was a glass, see-through door.
Yeah, just a thinner, exterior door.
Every morning, with a gun in hand, I would be slowly unlocking the door, open up this heavy door, slowly moving it towards me, and then pushing down on the clear door and praying that it doesn't go like that. So, and I would try to open up as slow as possible. It's cold. I can feel the wind. And then I can see
that's a scene from a horror movie.
3 fucking squirrels just chilling. Oh, there we go. There's
streak done.
There's 3 squirrels there. And it's just every morning, and then I'd take a shot. Most of the time, I would scare them off where I even got to shoot them. But I ended up never getting to be able to actually hit one, kill it.
Good. I mean, good. Poor little squirrels.
I think my dad did, though. I think my dad did nail them. My dad's pretty deadly. He would shoot groundhogs and stuff. 16,
17-year-old Crockett waking up from bed in the log cabin that his parents built with a gun in hand, opening a big wooden door and a tiny door, peeking outside like he's the fucking hunter from Bugs Bunny, praying to God that he gets a squirrel. Elmer Fudd, yeah, that's his fucking name.
Jordan Elmer Fudd Crockett.
That sounds like the scene from a horror movie. The whole sequence of you waking up and walking to the door, you wake up in a cold sweat. You find the gun, walk up to the door, open it slowly. It does that godly noise. You stop for a second.
It was straight up I was sniping. I was it was straight up military tactics. I was
yo, that is objectively the most rural southern white thing that I've heard in my life.
I got plenty of them for you, man.
You live a fascinating. The closest I went to that experience is that I went to Union County, South Carolina for work last week or like 2 weeks ago. And as I was driving down the road, I saw a man come out of the forest to my left as I was driving. He like crawled out of like walked out of the woods, full camo, brown hat, and he's just walking around. And then when I drive, he crosses the street. And when I drive past him, I notice that he's got a shotgun strapped to his shoulder. Just super casually walking down the street like he's holding a Starbucks coffee cup, loaded shotgun on his shoulder, wearing camo, brown pants. I drive past him, he waves at me. Like, and I don't know.
And when you say wave, he waves the gun at you.
Yeah, he like does one of these. He's just like, hey, I see you.
He gives you an Alabama hello.
And like, it was such like a big shock of culture. It's just like there's definitely like the man walked away from his house, crossed the street to a big wooded forest with a gun. He was hoping to hit something, and maybe he did. Maybe he did hit something. I don't know, but it just blows my mind that type of lifestyle exists out there somewhere. You know, like I'm just gonna go into the woods and see what I hit.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, if it's your property, I mean that's how I felt. It was like when I came to like Charlotte, it was like jarring for me. Just to see how like everyone tight knit and stuff. Because I grew up just so spread out from everybody.
Yeah, we are pretty tight. We are pretty like up above each other.
And then like just getting, I think one of the biggest shocks when I came here was just all the multicultures, all like intermingling and stuff.
Yeah, how white was your town?
Like almost 100%.
Really? So how was that coming over? I'm interested in this now.
I was fine. I mean, it was just getting like culture. Like I was getting all these cultures I was trying to adjust to everything.
Gotcha.
I guess you could say that like where I kind of like, you know, like playing Xbox Live and stuff and being on the internet, I kind of already knew some stuff prior to like, you know, coming here, but never actually like physically living through into like a city and stuff. So like the first year that I lived here, I didn't go to, like, I barely went to Walmart because it was as hard for me to adjust to going to, because like in where I'm from, like the closest Walmart was like 30-40 minutes away.
Right.
And there, other than that, it's some like local store that has like maybe 3 or 4 aisles in it. That
makes sense. Yeah, like tiny shops, you know?
Right. There was a Subway in my town once. That was like the greatest thing ever. It's burned down, I think, 4 times.
Oh my god!
Then there was it was called Chicken Shack that burned down. The whole the building kept burning down. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think there was larceny involved.
Oh yeah, probably. There was probably a lot of arsony.
No, wait, yeah. No. What is it?
Not arsony. Arson. It's probably a lot of arson.
No. What is it when they burn down their business for money?
Insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud. That's. I think there's a lot of that going on. Now that I think of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. So like the first year I lived in Charlotte, never left. I mean, it would be like I'd have to get it really out of my comfort zone to go to the store.
Did you like come to Charlotte straight from Virginia without like by yourself? Did you like have a buffer? Did you like, was it just like Virginia, Charlotte to college?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. That seems crazy.
What about you? I mean, when you moved over to the States?
So I came in from the island. I came in straight off the boat, as they say, which is really offensive and no one else should say it. No, I definitely came flying. But every Puerto Rican that I've met calls it coming off the boat. So like 2016 or something, 2010 actually, I landed I went to visit 2009. And before I moved, because my uncle invited us to spend a couple of nights at his place, the same day that I landed in North Carolina, my uncle took us to IHOP. I was less than 2 hours deep in North Carolina. And he took us to IHOP. And I had to talk to the most southern lady that I've ever talked to in my life. It was like the thickest Southern drawl that to this day have ever heard. And she walked up to me and said, "Hey, hon, you all want some pancakes?" And I was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" I could not understand her for like she tried like 3 times, and like my uncle had to step in and translate. Never have I ever felt like I didn't know English more than that moment. So like, yeah, please cut it.
When Adriana, the first time she ever came home with me, she met my grandma, and my grandma has the thickest accent ever. As a child, I could not understand her.
She's one of those like Boomhauer accents.
Yes, exactly. My grandma was Boomhauer. Her nickname was Dynamite.
Why?
I never asked why. It was just like, I thought it was just a normal thing. It was like Dynamite. I never asked.
Your grandma's called Dynamite, and it's never a question.
Yeah. So my grandma's named Dynamite, and she has the thickest accent I've ever heard in my entire life. To the point where I never understood it as a child, and then I grew up. Slowly growing it up, I could decipher it and everything. She was the only person I ever met that ever talked that thick, I guess, that thick of an accent. It was almost like her own language.
She had her own dialect.
But when Adriana came home with me for Christmas, like back in 2019, I had to translate for her. When my grandma would talk to her, they were both speaking English, but I would have to translate everything that my grandma was saying to her. Could not understand it at all.
That is so funny. I absolutely love that. There's something that's like really funny about the deep Southern accent. It like all happens like down here at the throat, and then like when I first got here to North Carolina, I could not understand it. I was confused. In fact, people would be nice to me in the Southern accent, and I would think that they were being mean to me because I couldn't understand it, because they were all say shit like bless your heart, and I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like they just had this weird Southernisms. To this day, I found out 2 years ago by my girlfriend that bless your heart is not a nice thing to say to somebody. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. That's what it means. Yeah, I Crockett, 5 years of my life. I've been in this and been in this damn state for 10 years, 11 years now. For the last 6 years of my life, I had been telling people, bless your heart, genuinely trying to be nice. Like, people would say something, and she was like, oh, I couldn't get that done. And it's just like, bless your heart, thinking that I was saying something nice.
Well, I think it's in context, because my mom used that term.
It's apparently, no matter who I talk to, they're like, yeah, that's not a nice thing. Like, you just thought that they were dumb.
So my mom would use that, if you were sick and you're dying in bed, my mom would be like, oh, bless her.
See, but that's arguably the only other context that doesn't make you sound like a dick.
Well, it's the only context you should probably use it in.
Yeah.
It's like anything in English. Like, you could be an asshole and say it both ways. Yeah. You could be sarcastically. Or not sarcastically. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I don't know.
There was something about I learned phrases like bless your heart. God, not bless you was another one that I used every so often. People would do something kind of like they would drop something and I'd just be like, oh, bless you. Like, I did that for 6 months. I learned that phrase. Yeah. For 6 months I said that. And I before I realized that I sounded like a dick. I just learned so much about the South is, in terms of language, linguistically, one of the most passive aggressive places I've ever lived in. They will look you in the eye and say something nice and be telling you to go fuck yourself, and you would have no idea. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. It's because you're supposed to be that Southern Southern hospitality. You mean Southern hospitality?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you're supposed to be nice. Like that, it's like you're supposed to be, nice to your neighbor, whatever. You're supposed to have, the not, don't be hostile, be hostile.
Don't be hostile. Be nice. Be pleasant.
Yeah. But like, I've noticed that being in Charlotte, I picked up a lot of slang. I think a lot of my cadence has changed. Adriana says that like when I talk to my parents on the phone and stuff, that some of my words will switch back. The way like certain words I can say them differently once I'm talking to my parents.
Yeah, I can't speak Spanish to my parents and then come back speaking perfect English. It's broken for like an hour.
Yeah,
it's awful.
But like in like here, I've noticed that like I'll start saying something as a joke, and then it definitely switches over into something that I'm actually using in my actual terminology, like dead ass and bet.
Making shmoney.
Yeah, making shmoney. No cap.
35 on a 15.
Those things are like things I make up, but
no, but okay, fair enough. I have seen you like take a bit like way too far, and then like it's just stuck with you now.
Oh yeah, if I say it long enough, it will literally just culminate into my vocab without me even realizing it. I'll say it, and then I'll be like, and then I'll catch myself like, wait, why did I say that? I did not mean that as an actual thing.
That happened to me with what was that Drake quote? Not here for a long time, just a good time, or whatever the fuck. Yeah. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And like, first of all, I don't like Drake's music. I didn't hear it from Drake. I heard it from another podcaster that said it, and I thought it was hilarious. So I just co-opted it, and then find out 6 months later that it was from Drake, and it just become a part of my lexicon. I'm not here for a good time. Not here for a long time. Here for a good time. People would just be like, "Why are you quoting Drake at me?" And just be like, "I'm not. I'm not quoting."
That's gotta
Drake
be the worst thing. That's gotta be the worst offense, is to be like, think you're being quoted for something, and then it's something entirely different, but you don't want people to think that you're associated with this thing. That's frustrating. It's like being called a liar, and you're telling the truth. There's nothing more frustrating. There's absolutely nothing more frustrating than being called a liar.
When you know that you're objectively right.
Yes.
Saying the right thing.
Just like how Adriana was saying last night that I took her pillow.
Her pillow.
There. I took a pillow while I was sleeping. I did not do that. She's lying.
Crockett, you are gaslighting your girlfriend. Why the
or she's gaslighting me.
Yeah, why the fuck would she tell you that story? Why would she say that?
She's a pathological liar.
She's a pathological liar.
That's absolutely she's gaslighting me. I think you can reverse gaslight people.
You absolutely can. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think you legitimately like just snatched the pillow out of her head and started cuddling it. We do weird shit while we're asleep. My girlfriend the other day kicked me, and then when I pushed her leg back away, she like huffed at me and rolled away and then hit me with her leg again.
Oh my god.
People just do weird shit when they're asleep.
I don't know. Did I ever tell the story about like me sleepwalking when I was a kid?
No. Please.
Maybe it may be the Halloween story. So when I was a kid, for some reason I used to sleepwalk all the time, right?
Yeah.
And there was this one time. Have you ever been woken up have you ever sleptwalk or anything like that?
I have woken up in places that I didn't go to sleep in, but I've never sleptwalk.
So you're not supposed to wake a sleepwalker.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know why, but apparently you're not supposed to.
Let me tell you that like something terrifying as a child. I used to sleepwalk a lot, and there was one time like I tried to leave out my house.
Mm-hmm.
My parents caught me like leaving out the front door. That I was like, I had no idea.
Where are you going?
Actually, wait, I had two good sleepwalking stories. I think I probably told them both, but I'll tell them again.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, which is arguably, I don't know what's scarier. I'll let you decide. I'll tell you 1 and 2, and then you tell me which one was scarier.
Yeah.
First one, I was a real little kid, and I sleptwalked, and I woke up standing, in pitch black room in the living room. I didn't know I was in the living room yet. I just woke up and I was standing and I didn't know where I was at, and it was dark.
You Blair Witching it out there. Dude,
you have no idea how terrified I was. And here's the audacity of my dad. So I don't know where I'm at. It's dark. I'm standing. The last thing I knew, I was sleeping. And I just started like, I was like, Mom, Dad. And my dad from his room yells, is like, go back to bed. And I'm like, where am I?
I don't know. I would love to.
He's like, you're in the living room. And I'm like, where in the living room am I? I don't know. I'm standing here. I woke up in the living room. That was terrifying.
That is terrifying. That is really scary. I have a story where that happened to me too. What's the second time that you sleptwalk?
One time I sleptwalked into water and I didn't wake up.
Jesus Christ. What do you mean into water?
So this is quite a long story. I'm pretty sure I've told this on the podcast before. I will skip right to the end of it. So I was on a canoe trip. The canoe trip was supposed to be like just a day trip. It turned out it was a 2-day trip. So we're all out on the water in the middle of the night without any flashlights or anything because we didn't prepare to like be on the water at night.
Jesus Christ.
So we're floating down this river trying to figure out where the cars were because we parked at the end of the river and we drove we drove whatever. We like drove at the end of it or whatever, and we're gonna float down to our cars.
Right.
So we're just floating down trying to get back to our vehicles so we could leave. I'm asleep. I'm exhausted. I've been like fucking around all day. I was wet from like swimming in my clothes because I didn't think I was gonna need more clothes.
Right.
It was hot out, and then it was like cold at night, and somehow I don't like this is how aggressive my sleepwalking used to be. I woke up in the middle of the night and I jumped over the canoe into the water, and I never woke up. And my dad, like when I jumped in, right, or I don't even know what happened. I don't know if I just got up and rolled over or if I like stood up and just dipped in. But my dad said that he just jumped in and grabbed me and threw me back into the canoe. And I remember waking up soaking wet, and I'm like, I remember waking up in the dark and I'm like, oh man, why am I fucking wet? Like I was like drenched, and I'm like, man, why am I so wet? And the only thing I can imagine what happened was just water. The water splashed on me. I thought water from the side of the boat splashed on me, and then it took me like 35 minutes to wrap my head around I sleptwalk in the water because my dad was like, yeah, you sleptwalk into the water. I'm like, what are you talking about? How's that? No, I didn't. He's like, how am I? Because the canoe was small as fuck, bro. The canoe. Oh, there we go again. There we go. I'm catching myself now. The canoe was like this wide. It was enough for you to sit straight. Right. And that was it. I don't know how I just jumped in.
Did you guys have individual canoes, or is it like one long canoe?
No, me and my dad. So it was me and my dad in one canoe, and then my dad's friend and his son and their friend was in another canoe. They had like a boat. It was like it wasn't like a canoe. We were in a straight up old ass canoe from the 70s.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. That's the most terrifying of the two.
Okay.
From waking up in the living room in the pitch black to fucking sleepwalking underwater. You know, like that's a My Little Mermaid shit that you weren't ready for.
I don't know what would happen to me.
You would have died, Crockett.
Yeah, I know, but like, how did I not wake up just breathing underwater?
That's maybe your dad was quick enough.
I mean, I woke up. My hair was pretty wet, bro. I think my head went under.
Nice background, John Jacob. Is this thing on YouTube too? Yeah, it absolutely is, Caleb.
So
let me tell you. So okay, you slept underwater. That is terrifying. That is objectively scary.
That sounds so badass, just in that context. Like you slept underwater. I'm like, yeah, I did.
I am terrified of water. I hate water. That's like bodies of water terrify me. If I can't see the bottom, I don't want any part of myself inside that body of water.
I mean, you should be scared. Your body's 70% water.
No,
I think that's why I could breathe underwater. I think the 70% kicked in. Like there was a switch turned on, the generator started going, we started filtering the water through the 70% of my body.
Started just grew gills. Started breathing. Started taking a little nap. So the idea of waking up already underwater without the context of having been out of water and then going into the water, that for me sounds literally like I would rather get stabbed 80 times than have to go through that experience. That sounds fucking awful. If I ever woke up underwater, I would immediately die. I would die from panic.
Bryan, this is also at night.
Yeah,
it's dark. Just a black liquid is surrounded you as you wake up.
Absolutely not. I would think that I have died or have been kidnapped by aliens before I come to the conclusion that I've woken up underwater. Like my first thought would just be, I'm in an alien bathtub, I'm in the Matrix, or I'm dead. Those are my first three thoughts.
No, the craziest thing is like I didn't wake up though. That's the part that I had the hardest time, like wrap my head around. I didn't wake up when I was under the water. I woke up moments later after I was already put back into the boat and I was still sleeping.
Your REM sleep is insane. If I ever sleep as deeply as you do, I'll never be tired again. That is insane.
I don't know, man. I really used to sleep like a rock, I guess.
That literally, we're sinking to the bottom of the fucking river.
I was a little stoned, bro. But yeah, go ahead with your story.
The only thing that ever happened to me in the way of like sleepwalking that like really scared me is I went to my parents were out of town and I was in their bedroom watching TV. They had a telly in their bedroom and I was watching TV and I fell asleep watching TV. I was watching like Doctor Who or some shit. Fell asleep watching Doctor Who, and after some indeterminate amount of time, I wake up in my shower, fully naked, water running over me, and I'm looking at my feet, and I am completely awake in that. I just wake up in that scene. That's it. No context as to how I got there. I don't remember being naked. I don't remember taking off my clothes. I don't remember walking to the shower. I don't remember turning on the shower. I'm making it hot. The water was hot, Crockett. Sleep me took the time to adjust the temperature to the water to how I like it. And I just remember like waking up like that. And then my feet, I'm looking at my feet. There's water running down my shoulders and my head. I've never heard this story. Yeah, this happened to me a little while ago, Hannah. How you doing, babe? So I'm literally awake, water running over my head. The only thing that was missing to make that more terrifying is like blood pouring off of me. Like that's the scene in a movie where like someone wakes up and they realize that they killed somebody. That scared the fuck out of me. That terrified me.
So your story is literally my last two stories just combined almost together. You woke up standing in a place you don't realize in water.
And I wasn't in my bathroom. I was in my parents' bathroom, in their like square shower, like cubicle shower. And I had no memory of getting there. I woke up looking at my feet. There's water running all over me. I'm holding like some sort of bath utensil, like a sponge or like a loofah or something like that. I'm holding something in my hand and I wake up, no idea how I got there. Legitimately, the only way that could be any more scary for me is if I was holding a bloody knife and I had no idea where it came from. Like, I panicked, I checked me out, I like patted me all over and I just went like, I'm never going to be able to explain that to anybody. That's never going to make any sense. I'm going to get out of the shower and dry off. Terrifying. Having no control over your body is going at any given time. I hate that.
I think we could write a good
movie?
because I always asked were you clean though. Yeah, did you wash your hair before or after you got out of the shower?
I didn't. If I
was
did
you
anything
clean past
before I woke up, I got out of the shower. I was like, I'm already, and it's not like I said like, oh, I'm already here, I might as well take a shower. No, the moment I woke up, I said, I'm getting out of here.
But was you already washed though? Was there any soap in the? If you
not that I know of.
I want to give you my theory.
Yeah.
If you hadn't cleaned yourself yet, I'm pretty sure you're abducted by aliens. If you were clean, you were to sleep showering.
The aliens cleaned me and then they put me in the shower.
Yeah, the aliens wouldn't. They would already like preserved you, and then they just put you back in the shower just to fuck with you. Like, bro, watch this. I gotta freak out.
Just flick them over there. It was honestly such a confusing experience for me. I still can't wrap my head around what the hell happened because the complexity of actions that I had to take. Like, I had to wake up, get out of bed, go to the bathroom, which was closed, get naked, open the shower, adjust the temperature, get in, and then just stand in the shower. And I don't know how long I was standing there. Like, that's a scary. I don't know how. It could have been 10 minutes, could have been 5 minutes, could have been
Was your hands like soggy?
No, it wasn't that long, but I like have no idea.
Also, why don't we call our hand, like, you know, when your hands prune, why don't we just call them getting soggy? That's what you're doing. Your body is just getting soggy.
Yeah, hey, you got soggy hands, bro.
It's people who
sleepwalk do crazy shit. They do. There's one lady on TikTok. Hannah does not like the soggy hands.
That's what it is, though. Your body's becoming soggy, dude. What's the worst soggy cereal?
None. All soggy cereal is delicious.
But
all soggy cereal is delicious.
All right.
You telling me that you've never had a bowl of Cocoa Pebbles and let it get soggy and enjoyed the hell out of it?
Bro, get me out of this fucking podcast with this psycho. What are you talking about?
Yeah, crunchy Cocoa Pebbles are the worst. They're so bad. I when I get myself a bowl of Cocoa Pebbles, I pour the milk in and I walk away for 2 minutes. Walk away for like 5 minutes.
Ooh, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, there I go again.
We argue about this.
We need an F word account. Like, for me, I'm trying so hard.
Like a little ding. They taste so like the crunchy cereal just cereal just cuts up your mouth.
Crunchy food texture is king.
Among
all other things. Crunchy is the best texture type.
Cereal is just tiny shards of glass in your mouth.
Yeah, and I want my Cocoa Puffs and I want my Captain Crunch to cut the roof of my mouth, man. I want to feel something in the morning.
Literally, maybe, but Kuzari, you're right. Every cereal has the perfect ratio of soggy. The absolute perfect, like, it's just enough time has passed.
A slight wetness.
You're telling me that City Crunch doesn't taste better after it's sat there for a little while?
No, City Crunch is absolutely perfect. I eat it dry all the time. So all right. I like this because we have two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Because I am a dry cereal eater. I eat that. I love it, man. I put shards of glass in my mouth every day. And then we have a abomination soggy bottom boy.
Why do you like being in pain? Why does the process of eating have to hurt you?
Because I'm a masochist, bro. It makes my body feel alive.
just put some milk in. And by the way, I put more milk than cereal. All right, those people that are like more cereal than milk, get out of here.
I do love a lot of milk in my cereal, but I like a nice finish. I like a nice big gulp at the end of my meal. Also, let's just talk about cereal for a second. Cereal's king. Cereal might be the best food ever made. I've been getting into a lot of cereal lately. I've been getting a lot of Special K. Let me tell you about K. Let me tell you about K. I know K. K Smacks. Special K. Little Hidden Valley treasure for me. Holy shit. God. There we go again.
Isn't Hidden Valley like
it's a little hidden valley for me. Special K is delicious, especially the chocolate one. But the yogurt and like strawberry one, Special K hit me up for that for that sponsorship.
For that sponsorship, man. Yo, Magic Spoon, the cereal that goes sponsoring podcasts, come here. You know?
Yes. What's your number one? What's your go-to cereal, Bryan?
Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. Soggy.
Ever since I was a kid, I have loved and adored Cocoa Pebbles. And I've never eaten it crunchy. When I have crunchy Cocoa Pebbles, I get mad.
Dude, like Cocoa Pebbles are like 75% crunch.
No. Cocoa Pebbles, like, when they get soggy enough that they're no longer crunchy, but they still have a little bit of firmness to them. They got a little bit of chew. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what, Bryan? Give me your teeth. You don't deserve them. Give me your fucking chompers.
When there is a little bit of chew left on the Cocoa Pebbles, but it's not all the way soggy. It's like 75% soggy. That's when the Cocoa Pebble just slaps. All right? That's when it's good.
You do like a little fight. You don't want to direct, like just go over there and pick it up and leave with it. You want a little kickback. You're like, come on, make this a little fun for me.
This is an objectively bad conversation. Bad takes all around. All right, Hannah, what's like the ideal cereal? All right.
Yeah. Let's take it to the chat. What is the number one cereal for you guys? CT Crunch is definitely up there.
CT Crunch is I don't like CT Crunch. Do not like CT Crunch.
Dude, we're gonna put CT Crunch on a fucking t-shirt. God, stop cursing, Jordan, please. This is supposed to be family friendly, for God's sakes.
CT Crunch, not a great cereal.
I think we lost Bryan.
Oh, you froze up on me, Crockett.
It wouldn't be a live show without some hiccups here and there. Just keep you a little fresh. I think the government didn't like our cereal talk. They didn't like two ends of the spectrum conversing.
Shut it down.
Yeah, they're like dilly.
It feels like I need to eat mini wheats 1.3 seconds before it gets nasty. Mini wheats, when they get soggy, delicious.
Stop. Mini wheats.
Frosted wheats, when they get just a little bit soggy, like the Crockett still has chew.
Yeah, so frosted mini wheats.
Yeah.
Are the only cereals I'll accept that it's kind of okay for it to get soggy.
No, it needs to get soggy. Because if you eat frosted mini wheats dry, you might as well just put a bale of hay in your mouth.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? I like to put down my horse.
I don't want to choke. I don't want to choke when I'm eating milk. Like cereal. What the fuck did I say? No problem. Cinnamon Toast Crunch with 2 ounces of oat milk. See, that's too little oat milk for the amount of CT Crunch.
Dude, oat milk is king, though. I think oat milk might be the best combination for cereal.
I disagree. It's dairy or die.
Bro, it's like you like a little sweetness with your little sweetness of cereal? I'm like, yeah. I like to feel every fucking thing like coming into my body at once.
That's veganist. That's veganist. Listen, hating oat milk. I do not like the taste of oatmeal. I don't love it. It just reminds me of like bad like Tuesday morning breakfast before I went off to school. Like the instant oatmeal that tasted really badly and like no one seasoned properly.
Let me ask you this. Did you eat how do you eat your oatmeal? Do you eat it with milk or water?
Milk.
I grew up eating it with milk or water, and I always thought you ate it with water.
Yeah, apparently that's how do those things relate at all? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I just associate the flavor of oats with like bad Tuesday morning breakfast. Like it's just gross. It's just gross. Like the aftertaste of oat milk is gross.
Tuesday, how bad are Tuesday mornings? Tuesday mornings suck.
They are pretty bad.
It's probably the worst day of the week, honestly.
Yeah. No,
you're not like raw like Monday. Yeah, it gets a lot of shit, but come on, Tuesday, you're like fuck.
You're like caught right in the middle of the week.
Stop me! Somebody stop me!
You got like 7.
Oh, dude.
Listen. I might be wrong, but like I like oat milk in a latte. Like I can take oat milk in a latte. That tastes really good. Almond milk,
almond milk is controversially bad.
Yeah, almond milk is objectively kind of bad. It's only good when you're cooking like vegan pastas and you're making a sauce.
Soy milk is pretty good though.
Yeah,
it's not awful. It's a little watery, but I can withstand. Or maybe I'm getting those two mixed up. It's either or. One of them tastes more watery than the other.
Soy milk is definitely more watery.
This is a conversation I would never have back in Virginia. I would never be talking the contents of between oat milk, soy, and almond milk. I like how we've shifted.
Yeah, almond milk is really good when you're cooking something savory. That's right, because Annie cooks a lot with it, and it's really delicious. Soy milk is more creamy. I like soy milk. I can drink some soy milk. So yeah, I definitely hate soy milk. Almond milk, I hate it unless it's being cooked with. Soy milk is fine. Oat milk, I just have bad associations with the flavor of oats. Like it's just like you know, like
No, I don't know, Brian, because oat milk is king.
how do you eat your oats? How do you eat your oats?
My what? Like
Your
oatmeal?
oatmeal. How do you eat oatmeal?
When I found the light, I make it with milk.
Okay. Do you put anything else in the oatmeal?
Yeah, you got to.
What do you put in there?
So it depends. Is it overnight oats or is it just regular oatmeal?
Just overnight oats. See, I'm not making a false equivalence to oat milk and oatmeal because the aftertaste of oat milk is the same aftertaste of oatmeal. It is the same. It leaves the same washed out.
No.
Sort of like.
No, you're crazy.
So it's the same. It's the same. It's the
no, it's sweet. It has a sweet after finish.
No, it doesn't.
Like a kiss from a pretty person. You're like, oh,
just a little,
a little sweet treat.
Nah, this is embarrassing. Hannah's being really fighty over the oat milk.
Yeah, she really died on the hill about the oat milk, huh?
Yeah, it's her favorite type of milk, and I respect it. I respect it.
It's just expensive. I hate how it's like what $6 for a gallon of that shit.
Yeah, I did get you boba. It's strawberry flavor. By the way, people make oatmeal bad. All right, that's it. That's a problem. That's all I care about because I will die in this oat milk hill. I mean, listen, you can die there by yourself. I'm gonna be with the actual milk, the one that actually tastes good.
Brian's gonna sink in on his soggy ass hill for his sins, while I king on sharded glass hill.
Dude, Captain Crunch is the one cereal that I never understood.
That is a cereal I have to actually like. I love Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch hits. It hits in a special way, but it is a fight.
Vaguely fruity.
It is. Like... Have you ever wanted to chew on a knife and a piece of fruit at the same time? That's what Captain Crunch is to me.
Just put a razor blade in a strawberry. Call it a day.
You ever want a flavor to be so good it hurts? Try Captain Crunch. Yeah, Captain Crunch. I feel like I hate soggy Captain Crunch though. It's like either you gotta have that shards of glass or nothing at all.
We need to quote that.
I think half this episode could be all on t-shirts.
Yeah, go ahead and clip it. Captain
Crunch do be hitting. Oh no, it'd be hurting. It do be hitting.
It doesn't hit. It just hurts. It just hurts. It just.
Did he say hit? No, he said hurt.
And both of those, if your cereal, if both of those statements apply equally to your cereal, it's not a good cereal.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where the guy's like, "What'd you have for breakfast? A bowl of nails." Captain Crunch.
How tough are you? I had a bowl of Captain Crunch this morning. Not
Dude,
soggy.
Let me tell you, it's a good cereal though. A really good cereal. I was on this cereal forever. That Honey Bunch of Oats.
Honey Bunches of Oats is really good.
I think that might be the best cereal ever made, honestly. Yeah. I've never met anyone who didn't like Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yes, Cheerios is a very close second.
Cheerios suck, bro. You tell me that cardboard ass cereal is good?
It doesn't taste. It tastes like honey.
No, it tastes like cardboard.
Like a little.
Bro, it's literally cardboard.
It's not. You're wrong.
Wake up, sheep. You're eating cardboard. So call it free thinker. Yeah, no, it's just because it says honey on the packet. It tastes like cardboard, bro.
No, it does not. I completely disagree. It tastes like a kiss of honey. It's like if you took a honey jar and then you just went like, that's what it tastes like. It's delicious.
The big chemo energy coming from you right now.
Yeah.
to tell me that cardboard tastes like honey.
Especially.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's cardboard with a glab of honey on it.
Listen, it kind of hits, man. Kind of hits.
Do you remember the little tiny cereal boxes you used to get at school?
Yeah, I love them.
For some reason, that cereal was way better than a big box. Like it's like all the goodness was contained, and we just took all of it and we just crunched it down.
You got a tiny.
That's what. Yeah, you got that little tiny box, and it was all the best flavors. Because those little tiny boxes were so good.
I used to always want to pour milk inside of the like a lunch when they gave them to us. in school, I've always wanted to pour the milk inside the bag of cereal and eat it that way, but I was never allowed to.
I've seen so many cartoons like that where they're just
Yeah.
like, I could eat cereal like that though, where I just like pour the milk straight into the box.
Yeah, it would be great if boxes didn't collapse the moment you did that.
Well, that's why you got to do it in the bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Milk is fine in a bag. You know, milk comes in a bag in certain places.
Yeah, in Canada, it's in a bag. We used to get it in a bag.
Apparently, here in the
high
U.S.,
school.
they do it in some schools.
Yeah, I used to get it in a bag. I used to get the bags of milk.
Bro, what? Okay, so explain milk in the bag for me. How would you? So when you got it on a tray, it just went like a titty, and it just went. It would just flap out. They
would have it in my teeth, straight up the teeth. In my
bro, you could literally be like, I couldn't imagine trying to drink milk out of a bag. What kind of psycho ass shit? Who would think to drink a milk out of a bag? Why was that even a concept?
And back in Puerto Rico, we used to get bags of milk, and they would put them in a metal bucket. It looked like straight babies. They used to put them in a metal bucket, and it would just be like this container of like bags of milk, and they would all be cold. And you used to reach in to grab your bag of milk, and all these bags of milk would like morph to your hand until you pulled out like one of them, and then it would just like it literally was like a square bag. It was like that, and it was like super like jiggly because it had just milk inside. And it was just like vacuum. It was a vacuum seal bag, and then they give you a little like.
Is it like reaching down like into a like a thing of water balloons?
Yeah,
I would imagine that's what it'd be like.
That's exactly what it felt like, and like you never want to get the top one because the top one is already hot. You want to go one layer deep. You want to get one layer deep and grab the one at the bottom, like the bottom of the layer. And sometimes like a little bag would be like leaking a little bit, and your hand would come out covered in chocolate and milk. That was the worst. That was absolutely the worst.
How big was the barrel for it? Was it pretty big?
That's kind of Hannah just sent a link to the Twitch chat. That's what they looked like. Click that. That's exactly what they look like. Objectively, a disgusting experience through and through.
So wait. How big was the barrel for this like milk bag thing?
You know, like those like chef containers, those like metal buckets that chefs use. That was like 1 quart or like something like that.
Okay.
It was that size. It was just like a metal container that they would put in the line full of bags of milk.
All right, hear me out.
Yeah.
Imagine it's a hot day, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Just hear me out for a second.
Yeah, that was a Puerto Rico exclusive.
It's a very hot day. You take one of those old, so you remember the big trash cans at school, right? They had the huge barrel trash can. Fill that full of milk, bag milk, right?
Bag of milk, yeah.
Locate yourself to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
I bet that feels so good. I bet that was so cold and dark and like such
that is an experience that I've never had, and now I really want to.
As soon as you said reaching down into the barrel and just feeling the coldness of all the milk, I'm like, man, that sounds really good. I don't know why, but that sounds so relaxing to be in just this cold, milky wasteland.
I used to, by the way, the white milk in a bag always tasted weird because I think they gave us skim milk, and I don't stand for that shit. The chocolate bag of milk was delicious. I miss it.
There was chocolate bag of milk. There was a chocolate one as well.
Yeah, there was a chocolate one, and that was delicious.
Is there a strawberry one?
No, sometimes you have to get lucky for the strawberry. Yeah, I miss breakfast pizza. I don't because I never had good breakfast food at high school.
I didn't either. Really up until I was an adult, I hated breakfast food.
Hannah, you are very lucky because we never got strawberry. We always got like skim milk and chocolate.
Chocolate used to be king, but I feel like I should have just drank regular milk because I feel like, is chocolate milk even real milk?
Like, it is. It's milk with chocolate syrup in it. It's like normal white milk.
It's just like cold hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, do you make hot chocolate with milk or water?
Milk.
I always use water, and then
why would you do that to yourself? It's like so much less creamy.
Because I didn't know.
Yeah, I was poor. I ate breakfast every day at school. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I respect breakfast food. There's actually like chicken tenders at
Chicken tenders for
chicken tenders at
breakfast
school were delicious.
hits.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Let me say something controversial here.
Yeah,
Or maybe not. Breakfast for dinner is the best.
it's incredibly delicious. I love breakfast food for dinner.
My God, my man, thank you.
Yeah, finally something we can agree on.
It's absolute. It is an absolute. That is king. Is breakfast for dinner.
You see, like, you make a nice waffle, like a nice toasted like waffle from Waffle House, maybe.
Yeah.
With like an over easy egg, 2 sausage, and then like maybe a slice of bacon.
Ooh.
Maybe
in some fried chicken on that bitch.
Maybe
waffles and chicken is 2 things you wouldn't think it would hit, but absolutely.
Waffles and chicken are delicious.
Go so well together. I haven't had it in so long.
I really want to have like an authentic waffle, like chicken and waffles. I've only had like the overpriced bougie one from Haberdish. Tastes good, but like I want an authentic like good waffle, simple chicken, delicious.
Yeah, I want some chicken strips now. Damn. I remember the chicken strips you used to get from school and breakfast, and those were so good.
Yeah, they.
Out of every shitty thing, those were always the best. Chicken strip was my favorite day at school.
Yeah, I totally agree. I used to like shitty hamburgers at school. That was like,
this is gonna sound the worst, honestly.
Yeah, this is gonna sound disgusting, but back in Puerto Rico, you know, like the thing that we called like mystery meat. It was just like meat in a can, just vague meat in a can.
Yeah.
They would make it in Puerto Rico with like a weird stew sauce. Like they would dump it from the can, slice it, and throw it in a pot and have it boil for like hours on end.
Boil? What?
Objectively, it made like a stew. It was like a stew. You know, that you had white rice.
So it came out of a can. It was solid. They had to slice it and then boil it. Was this the thing? Yeah. Is this the thing from the movie The Thing?
Honestly, man, when you look at that fucking container, it might as well have been. It looked disgusting. It was like not a good time. It didn't look good. It didn't smell good. But for some reason, you put that over like a top of some like white rice. And by the way, that was our lunch at school every single day. It was white rice and beans.
I don't think so. Here in the U.S., I don't think we ever got rice once. I don't think that was ever an option, not once.
And if you did, it was bad. I assure you.
Sure, it was.
Yeah, we got white rice and beans every single day. And then on Wednesdays, back in my school in Puerto Rico, we would have that like disgusting mystery meat, sliced and then stewed, and they would plop it on top of your rice. And it would look disgusting, it would smell disgusting, but for some reason it tasted delicious. And it was good. And I remember the lunch lady always being mad at me for some reason, and I don't think I've still gotten over that yet. Like,
yeah,
she was always like super rude to me.
Trauma doesn't, yeah. You're thinking about those like random cringy things that you've done as a child.
Mm-hmm. All the time. I hate it.
Do you okay, you want to hear one of the most cringy things? I was thinking about this the other day. You want to hear the most cringy things that's haunted me about my entire life?
Please do.
All right, so I was really shy as a kid, right? I was super shy. And there was, I forget, I think it was in 3rd or 4th grade. I think it might have been 4th grade. There was Japanese exchange students that were going to college near my elementary school, and they came and visited our elementary, and then they brought in like
I'm pretty stressed.
And they brought in stuff from Japan and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, subconsciously, I think this could also be linked to why I'm fascinated with Japanese things.
Right.
On top of being like, you know, watching anime as a child. Yeah, and just my life was really filled with Japanese stuff. I don't know why. It's bizarre. It's why I am the way I am today. Anyway, I remember they were really cool, right? We all were like, "Oh man, this is awesome." Like these people are across the world. We're trying to understand it the best of me. I remember they love basketball. They love playing basketball. But I remember there was a group of them all walking in together, right? And this is right around the time. Do you remember the show Puff Puff Yumi?
Yeah, I think I used to love Puff Puff
Yeah,
Yumi.
yeah, I love Puff Puff Yumi. And somewhere in my stupid little brain, I was like, all right, I'm gonna ask them if they watch Puff Puff Yumi.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all walking down the hall in unison, right? And I'm doing the Olympic triathlon, trying to hype myself up just to ask them a question. I was like, all right, we got this. I was doing a Rocky theme song. I was like psyching myself up just to ask them. And I remember walking past them. I walk faster than, because they're all walking in a line. I walk way past them.
Yeah.
And I stop, turn around, look at them. I'm like, and they all stop. It was like I could feel the time. I felt time stop, and I was like, "Do you guys watch Puff Puff Yumi?" I could barely get the words out, and they're like, they all pause, and they're like, "Yeah." I don't think they had any clue what the fuck I was asking, but they're like, "Yeah." I barely. They probably didn't even speak English that well.
Right. So you're standing there. Time has stopped. You managed to get the words out. You dribble the words out of your mouth.
Yeah. It's
They
like if the word,
respond.
it's like, in Sesame Street where they would used to have the conjunctions and the words would come out at each end. It's like the words was coming out straight, and then it went, and then it like spit running down my shirt or something. It just didn't.
Did they just look at you and then walk around
they looked at me and then they answered me and they're like, yeah, and then they just continued, and I'm like, I felt all this pressure leave off of me. And that was such a trauma. I was so traumatized from that incident that stupid little memory stayed with me. I'm 25 years old now, and it's still with me to this day. I still can't get over it.
See, that doesn't sound like so bad to like a third party, but I know that feels like getting hit in the stomach with like a boulder.
It's pure agony. I was like laying asleep in bed last night. And just thinking about it. Last night, I was like, why did I do that? I was like, poor me. Bless my heart.
I wish to God I remembered one of like my cringy moments. I know that it has to do with something with me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I know that one of the cringiest moments of my life was me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point. But I don't have a clear memory of it. I think I blocked it out.
Yeah, that must be pretty bad if you like repressed it.
Yeah, like I know that because we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With like the older kids, like I was in 5th grade or 6th grade, and we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With like the 11th graders and the 12th graders. There was just a little group of nerds that would play that shit. And imagine being a 5th grader surrounded by like this cool crowd of 12th graders, and then you go, and Dark Magician attack. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And like it's just
and your voice cracks and you
One time I raised my hand during a school assembly to ask a writer how many houses he and his wife had, because I thought it would be funny. You told me that story before. That's rough. Did they respond? Did they say anything? Yeah, man. Cringe stories as a kid just like obliterate me.
Doing anything in front of assembly is like probably one of the top 10 worst things you could do as a child. Anything where there's an audience to remember your sins is probably the worst thing.
Then silent, and then said, "What?" And I realized everyone was staring at me, but my 3rd grade teacher was keeled over laughing.
Bro, that's the worst. Dude, if an adult is laughing at you, is the cherry on top.
That's great. I love that 3rd grade teacher laughed. I am so sorry that happened to you, honey.
me as fuck. I would laugh right into a kid's face.
Do you know why you thought it would be funny to ask how many houses they had? I'm really curious. I never got the rationale behind that, and I think that's really funny.
I wish Tay was here tonight, because there's a really funny story I'm about to tell about when he worked at Costco.
I was the class clown up until that day, so I geared myself up for that. That's really funny. I stopped after that day. I don't blame you, man. I would retire the nose too if that was me. I would hang up the nose.
There was this one time where Tay used to do like samples at like Costco and stuff. And I remember seeing him at Costco, and he was like, this is the first time I ever saw Tay at Costco working. And I walked up to him, right? Dude, this was so funny. I walk up to him and I'm just sitting there talking to him. I'm like, "What's up, man?" And there's this small kid running back and forth getting samples. And this kid has me dying laughing. And I'm laughing right at this kid's face. I couldn't help myself, bro. It was so funny. He just kept running by me, grabbing like a little chipmunk, and just like running away with it, and then going back and that shit had me howling laughing.
That's adorable. That kid knew what he was doing. That was so cute. Man, I love that. Cringy stories. Sometimes I lay awake thinking about like my interactions. Like I was never socially fluent, especially when it comes to talking to like girls that I liked when I was really young. And those are some of my worst memories of all time.
Like, did you ever wait, was you like me where you would like ask out every girl?
I wouldn't ask out every girl.
Because you're self-destructive?
No, see, I wasn't that chaotic. I wasn't like I wasn't looking to get hurt.
For some reason, I think I was.
But I would have a crush, and I would have like a year-long or like 2-year-long crush on like a particular girl, and I would like beef. I did join a youth group for a girl, and that still haunts me to this day. That haunts me.
Yeah, you had to. That's probably might be the worst. You had a commitment.
She was a really she was a really good friend. I had a crush on her. She invited me to youth group, and I fucking went.
Do they honeypot you?
I don't know what that means.
They absolutely honeypot you.
What does that mean?
They lured you in with the honey. They trapped you. They used this girl to like to recruit members.
And she was such a sweetheart. I like really liked her, and she was nice. And I joined this group, and I lasted like 3 weeks in this youth group. And now that Hannah pointed out my accent, I can't go away from it. Youth group, and
more like Judas group.
Like nothing bad happened, but I was definitely like out of place. You know, like I was out. It was pretty much an all-white youth group, except for her and me. I was the only other brown kid.
Was this in Puerto Rico?
No, this was when I joined when I was in high school here.
Oh, okay, so you came here in high school.
Yeah. I came here in 10th grade.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and the only reason why that sticks out to me as like cringy, apart from joining a church when I was decidedly an atheist back then, was that was the first girl that ever paid me attention after I had moved. You know, so like that was the first girl that was nice to me, and I developed a crush on her. The fact that I did that, like literally shoots me awake every couple of months. So bad, horrible, cringy.
Yeah, you know it's real pain when it's dark, it's quiet, and you're staring at the wall, just walking down memory lane of agony.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mean to say only. She was just the first one that like really like talked to me. It was rough. And then I like understood social interaction, and I learned that women were so much more complex than anybody else had led me to believe, and I stopped being sexist.
Do you remember when you were like a kid, and you started liking girls? And can you like remember when you didn't like girls and when you did like girls?
Yes.
You can. Okay.
But I was really young. My first crush, like the first innocent crush that I had, I was really young. I was like in the 4th grade. And yeah, I was in the 4th grade when I had my first crush. And that was the moment I remember. It's just like, I think she's pretty, and I don't know what to do with that information. that was like
yeah, like, you don't know. I was like, I don't know how to go any further than that thought, but
yeah. But it's there.
But it's there.
I had it. Good.
I can't remember exactly when I started like being into girls, but like I remember when I didn't like girls, because there was a girl, and I think she had a crush on me. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she did. She was my neighbor, right? And she had Power Rangers and Pokemon on VHS, and I would constantly use her. I would go over there and just watch her VHS. It was it was so lit. It was so lit. I used her just for
That's so bad.
we'd be hanging
Okay.
out and be like, so you gonna watch Power Rangers?
I wonder if she thinks about you now as the asshole that used her for Power Rangers VHS.
I'm not 100% sure. Maybe,
Yeah, I hope so. That's really funny.
but I
All
think
right,
she's
Crockett,
like,
it's been
oh yeah, I think we're running.
an hour
yeah,
and a half. You wanna wrap this up?
Yeah, I think we can, Brian. I think what do you think would be a good topic name for this? Childhood, cereal, and cringe moments. Oh, I got it. Cringy cereal. That's
Cringy cereal.
cringy cereal.
I still think Cocoa Pebbles is the OG.
We're gonna have a word after the podcast about that.
Crockett's gonna come to my place. And
Brian's not gonna be here next week.
yeah, breaking my knees.
He's gonna be willing in next week. Willing to deal. Guys, thank you so much for coming down to the podcast. We do appreciate it a lot. Thank you for coming out to watch it on the live stream.
Yeah,
this
that's
is the
awesome.
first time we've ever done a live stream of it. Let us know how this went. There was some technical difficulties at the beginning of it, but you know, what's a live stream without that? Maybe next week we can adjust that. I think I'm gonna have to mirror this because I know I think the chat was backwards, but it's whatever. I think we were like leaving. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I never introduced at the beginning, but I'm CyberCalamity. That is BryanBrowny. Bryan, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Twitter at BryanArchilla and Twitch at BryanBrowny.
And guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at cyber_calamity. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can actually just follow me here on the live stream or in the link below if you're watching this on YouTube. But guys, thank you so much for coming down. If you like this podcast, give us a like. If you dislike it, give us a dislike. I want to start doing questions on here. So if you guys have any questions about the show, leave them down in the comment, join the Discord, ask us there, and we'll definitely answer them on the next week's podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, this podcast goes live on YouTube next Tuesday at 12 p.m.
Yeah, we changed the upload schedule, so that wasn't established before. It is now.
Right.
But guys, thank you so much for coming down. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week for episode 49.
But take it easy, guys.